Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast slash breakdown. But in this one, I may not be breaking down much because last week was a bit of a shambles. If we go back to the free channel here, you can see that I ended up sharing what we ended up getting on Friday. So we only just traded Friday. Turns out that was a break even sort of day. Our limits were missed during CPI's drop, so we were looking for a bearish move from here. And this is your sort of CPI drop that we had last week on Wednesday. I was expecting a drop. We did get the drop. However, my limits were sort of sitting up here and price just decided to push down. We did have a second chance to get an entry here, which was a 50% retracement and retesting this break of this, sort of trend line. If you guys would use that, and it was just, I don't know. I just wanted to see price move up, but then once if you wait for that extra 5 minutes, it's just too late. So that's exactly what happened, and then price just basically absolutely collapsed. That was a day that was quite disappointing to me because it was like, yo, come on, you got to be on it. But I just said to myself, it is what it is. We do get these moves. We end up missing these moves. We just go on to the next. So I took that approach and waited for Thursday, where price decided to tap into this weekly fair value gap, which I was watching. Price tapped into it, but the reaction of it, I just wanted to see price to sort of push back down one more time, at least to even end up buying. But we did end up getting that very like sort of bullish sort of move up even with PPI, and then price just sort of consolidated from here and then decided to push back down again. And then Friday we were expecting price to, I was expecting price to at least give us a little push up higher and then sort of give us a nice reversal, but we didn't get that. Price just decided to sort of slowly climb back up and then just consolidate. So this is where we ended up, losing our first trade and then making it back on one of the buys. But yeah, we didn't get the break above this high that we wanted to, and I see now why we didn't, because we ended up getting some news that ended up just basically popping this high right there. And that was obviously in terms of the sort of war escalation stuff with all the missiles and whatever's going on. Don't want to go too much into it, but because obviously we mainly focus on price action here, and that's exactly what we were looking for price to tap into this 1 hour fair value gap, which it did. But does this mean that gold is now bearish and we should basically just sell, or does this mean that gold is bullish? And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today, and this is exactly what I look for. So I said here on my VIP channel, right at the bottom right here, price action absolutely awful, not going to attempt it this week, still waiting for that 1 hour fair value gap. Bit of a weird week for me. Yep, let's go. Cool. So I was expecting for price to tap into this 1 hour fair value gap. With the news sort of, with whatever's going on in the fundamentals, we ended up getting that price did tap into this 1 hour fair value gap. However, you can see how price is slowly starting to climb up. Obviously, we're now in the London session on Monday. I've never actually recorded on the London session on Monday, but I wanted to after what we ended up getting with the release. Otherwise, I would have just gave a picture. But you can see now price is tapped into this, right? This doesn't mean that price is bearish and it will absolutely collapse. No. What we need to see now is we need to see some structure. What happens to the price? Does it want to take out the liquidity that was created overnight? If it does want to do that, we then see what does price want to do. Does it want to just retest and push higher? If that's the case, yep, it will continue climbing back up and push back above these highs and go into this area. But if price wants to do something like this, oh, I should actually keep that. If price wants to actually do something like this, where after it's taken out the highs, it wants to now attack the lows, this will tell us that price and structure is now changing, and then you're likely to see a retracement to push back lower. So because the high is now taken, it's now broken structure because it's not in an uptrend, it's now broken the low, and now we need to see if that low wants to stay as a sort of pivot point where price retraces to push back down, and then we're likely to see, and obviously with your sort of fair value gaps and stuff, could be your sort of entries right here where you have your fair value gaps or your entry. But I'm not going to go too into depth of how to sort of get entries here. It's just a forecast, and I just want to give you guys my opinion on what I'm going to be looking for at the start of the week. In terms of fundamentals, let's look at the bottom here. I know TradingView may not tell me most of the fundamentals, but we have Billy Permits on the 19th, nothing spectacular there. And that's pretty much it, unless there's something else. But I'll keep you guys updated on the free channel. Don't forget to check that out. Link is in the description below. But that's exactly what I'm going to be looking for at the start of the week. Yes, I did see that. I do want to see price tap below here again, at least one more time, because this is a retracement of the CPI drop. cool, tap down into this area, and then we can start looking for some potential bullish moves. But for now, this is the sort of pattern I'll be looking for. If price just doesn't want to break and it's just consolidating, and then we just get something like this where price pushes up and then it just sort of just does this and just keeps doing this, then you're likely to see another sort of impulse move. This is exactly how sort of bullish price action tends to form with gold. But if you want to see that bearish price action, you gotta see that. So wait, this is not a good drawing. You gotta see the highs taken out and then a big impulsive move back down. That's how you then enter your sells. Don't enter your sells on just when price pushes up, because US30 is a clear example of that. And what happens if you just basically start selling as price is absolutely climbing? There you go. Price just climbed. A lot of people would have just started selling because the highs are broken, and you would have ended up getting just dragged with it. So, and now eventually it's starting to come down now. So I'll be looking at that this week. But that's pretty much it. Nice, simple retracement of the sell zone to push back down. I'll leave it there. It's been Oasis FX. Peace out.